from us. Have you noticed her? There she is. She doesn't look very full, I must say. I wonder if they didn't have a fight with the hyenas and perhaps lose what remained of their buffalo kill. Yeah, they are just reaffirming their bonds. Every time I move the car, I seem to get into the exact position that is incorrect, the position behind which they are going to sneak, so that we are behind a bush, which I've done yet again. Let me reverse. Just very slightly. There we go. Marco, you want to know how fast a lion cub grows in comparison with a leopard cub? Well, I think probably at exactly the same rate, just about. I mean, remember, they go independent at round about, or become sexually mature at around about the same age. And so, you know, in theory, the males are able to breed from sort of age 3.5 to 4. They don't until they're about 6. That's the same for lions and leopards. For the lion females, they are in theory sexually mature or ready to mate by the time they are 2.5 to 3. That's the same with leopards. So the maturing rate, I would imagine, is almost exactly the same. There's still some quite fun playing going on here now. Kat, do you say what is the average size of a pride of lions in this area? Kat, the average Kruger size of lions is between 3 and 5 females and their related offspring. But sometimes it can be up to 30 in a pride. That's very unusual, and often, however, I think sort of 3 or 4 females and their youngsters is what you'd expect to find here in the Kruger region. They're having a wonderful time through there. I know it's not the best picture. I can't get through there though, everyone. That's turning a little bit angry. You can see the ears flattened against the head, maybe. Yuki, you say, are they okay with people so close? Yuki, you can be rest assured that I have absolutely no desire to put myself at risk. Yeah, Fergus I'm not that concerned about, obviously, but myself I am very concerned about, and I would not be this close to them if I thought for 1 second that there was any danger at all. I'm not in the business of extreme sports, and Yuki, I know it seems just outlandish that we should be able to sit so close to something so sort of, in theory, terrifying, but actually it's fine, and it's fine simply because they've become totally used to us. And you'll find that lions become very used to human beings, largely because they are so confident. They are the apex predator. Now, Mika, you're 8 years old and you want to know if all the cubs are the same age. Mika, they're not the same age. One of them was born in July last year. I think then 2, I think, were born in May, and the others were born in June, and there are 6 cubs here. So I think I've got it right by saying 2 in May, 3 in June, and 1 of them in July of 2016. So they're not quite the same age. There's about to be some action here to the left, Ferg. This one here is looking like it might leap at its brother or sister. There's 1 male, and the rest are all females. Now, Albie, you're from so you're from South Africa, and you say, when are these cubs going to begin hunting with the rest of the pride? 18 months is roundabout when they become useful as hunting pride members. Before that, they are just a hindrance. And so, Albie in Cape Town, these guys probably got about 6 months before they're going to do any useful hunting. Now we've got a mother stalking the youngster. This is classic stuff. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, it's beautiful. And there is seemingly a spider's web now and again keeps popping onto the lens, and that's just because there are lots of spiders floating around in the air. This is just great stuff. This is why you have to find lions early in the morning. Hello, John. You're wondering about their in utero existence as lions and whether they are fed by an umbilical cord. Yes, absolutely there are, John. They are mammals, and all mammals that are placental mammals. That's I think the definition of a placental mammal. So, in other words, if they're not an egg-laying platypus or a marsupial like a kangaroo, all the other mammals will feed their youngsters through the medium of an umbilical cord. So yes, they have an umbilical cord. Obviously not anymore. But in utero, all placental mammals will be fed by a placenta, which is eventually becomes the afterbirth, but basically it's the lining of the uterus, I suppose, and that is attached to the embryo and the fetus not the embryo, but to the fetus by the umbilical cord. Lynn, as far as we know, yes, absolutely. You say, are all the cubs fathered by the Birminghams? As far as we know, that is the case, yes. Now, if you are a new viewer, and I would be very pleased to know if you were a new viewer, the Birminghams are the dominant male coalition in this area. They are known as the Birmingham Boys, named for basically a group of gangsters. And they were born on the farm Birmingham, which is not too far from here. And because they were born on the farm Birmingham, they're now known as the Birmingham Boys, and there are 4 of them, and they are the dominant male coalition of this particular region. And they took over this area in the winter of 2015, late 2015, and when they did that, they became, they chased out the other males, and they mated with the females here. And so the chances of these cubs being the offspring of any other lions other than the Birmingham Boys, very, very small indeed. So almost certainly they will be the offspring of the Birmingham Boys. Now, Peter, you're asking about basically infanticide, and you're saying that you're saying at what stage will they be safe for being killed by a marauding band of new males? So, just a quick background: new males that come into an area and chase out other males will kill the cubs of the current prides in the territory that they take over. And it's normally relatively safe from about a year, but often not safe until they're about 18 months to 2 years old. So they're not out of the woods yet, these chaps, but the Birminghams are so dominant. We've had no sign of any other male coalition coming into this area. So I think these little cubs are going to be just fine. I mean, little is the wrong term to use these days. They are now not small at all. And that is the proverbial carpet of lions that you can see there. I don't think they're going to move very much from here during the course of the day. Ex-Ranga Yusad's feeling a little bit like maternal Monday. It is rather, isn't it? Beautiful hyena youngsters. Now we have the Nkuhuma Pride, and it's quite possible that they will shortly be joined, and by shortly I mean sort of in 5 or 6 weeks, by a new set of cubs, birthed perhaps to amber eyes. So yes, maternal Mondays it is. I think that would be quite a nice tradition, actually, maternal Mondays. For some of you are still on Tuesday, aren't you? If you're on the far west coast of the United States, I imagine you must hardly be on Monday. You must still, at least, you must still be on Sunday. You're still having a weekend. The rest of us slaving away on a Monday morning here. Alrighty, I think Jamie's got an update on her tracking expedition. Let's head across to her now.